So one problem with functions of two variables instead of functions of one variable is that it can be difficult to graph them. So for example, consider a function t of x comma y that is the temperature at latitude x and longitude y. So at every different point in the United States, there's a different temperature at a given moment. So one way that you can represent that is with what's called a contour graph. And this picture of the United States is an example of a contour graph. So the curves on the contour graph are called isotherms. And what they represent is boundaries between different values of the dependent variable. So for example, looking at this picture, I can see that Buffalo, New York, which is right here, Buffalo, New York is in the section of the graph that looks like it is in the 70s. So the value of the function t in Buffalo is somewhere between 70 and 79 degrees. And you can see that it's close to this boundary that separates the 70s region from the 80s region. So the temperature here is in the 70s, but is probably close to 80. So maybe the temperature here is about 79 degrees. Now, Boise over here, on the other hand, is over here in Idaho, and it is in the 70s, but it's close to the 60s region. So let's call this maybe about 71 degrees. And Topeka, Kansas, here, is right in the smack dab middle of the 80s region. So maybe this is about 85 degrees. And so this is not a perfect way of representing three-dimensional data, but it can be easier to understand the sort of distribution of the values of z this way instead of a sort of three-dimensional graph, which we will talk about later.